No one will care about your life more than you.
Now, what's this about the report with Lisa Ray and you?
Oh, God. I embraced her along with everybody else that was there.
Took its toll on me, for sure. That's when I started drinking and doing drugs. You know, it kind of weighed me down a little bit.
I definitely want to say that's not true. I
Did you
I ain't
recap?
leave my wife. I had to develop it, man, because I got so many kids and they laugh.
I had promised Ginuwine that I was going to go over lines with him.
I've never actually put it on and just listened to the whole thing. Nah, it's always been little pieces and all that kind of stuff. So, because it's too emotional.
When he wasn't working hard in the studio or on stage, American singer, musician, dancer, and actor Ginuwine gave us hit songs, hot dance moves, and very chiseled abs to look at. But the things he had to deal with in his personal life caused him a lot of drama, tragedy, and sadness. At one point, things were so bad for him that he thought the only way to deal with them was to unalive himself.
That's your mom and your dad. And then the way it happened, it was really so big. It was just with an unbearable pain.
Ginuwine, whose real name is Elgin Baylor Lumpkin, was born in Washington, D.C. Besides being from D.C., his name comes from the name of an NBA great, Elgin Baylor. As someone who attained independence from a young age, he moved out of their house when he was 16 and started running the streets.
It prepared me for days like this, turmoil days, catastrophe type days, you know what I'm saying?
In the music business by playing in a go-go band in his hometown. Later, he joined the Swing Mob Collective. The Rochester, New York-based music compound, known as the Basement Crew, was started by Devontae Swing, who was a member of the famous R&B group Jodeci in the 1990s.
Just started dancing right there, and I sing Stay. And the girls, it takes me upstairs to Steve Lucas. That was his manager.
Devontae found skilled musicians and producers from all over the country and put them in a boot camp-like setting to improve their skills. Because of the move, Ginuwine met rapper Melissa Missy Elliott, singer-songwriter Stephen Static Major Garrett, and producer Timothy Timbaland Mosley. These people changed his life. All of them would become very important in Ginuwine's success. After Swing Mob broke up, the members kept working together on other projects. Ginuwine's first record, Ginuwine, The Bachelor, was one of those projects, which he wrote with Static and Timbaland, went viral in the summer of 1996 and made Ginuwine famous all over the world. Ginuwine would later say that he begged Timbaland for the beat after hearing it.
He was crazy. I was like, dude, please let me have that song. He was like, you like that? Because it was still weird at the time.
Pony got as high as number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. And it has been in a lot of pop culture events since then. A video game called Grand Theft Auto 4 had it in 2008, and star Channing Tatum did a striptease dance with it in the comedy drama movie Magic Mike in 2012.
We all was like a family, you know.
He seemed to be on the right track with his music career when his first 2 albums achieved double platinum status. But many of his admirers had no idea what was happening in his personal life. The life of Ginuwine has been an unending roller coaster, filled with the loss of loved ones, struggles with substance misuse, and arguments with his baby mamas. His second album, 100% Ginuwine, catapulted him to superstardom. Some of his followers would even go so far as to toss their pants on stage whenever he performed. The New York Post reported that Ginuwine had promised to wash and preserve all of the pants in a souvenir bag when he collected them all. The glory days of his profession, unfortunately, were short-lived. In 1999, tragedy struck when James, his 78-year-old father, took his own life by placing a weapon to his head. Sandra, Ginuwine's mother, died of cancer a little over a year later. Ginuwine expressed his dissatisfaction with being here to Essence after the sudden deaths of both of his parents. Around this time, Ginuwine's personal life would go through some very high and very low points.
Took its toll on me, for sure. That's when I started drinking and doing drugs and a lot of stuff. And, you know, it kind of weighed me down a little bit.
Ginuwine's had such a hard time with grief and sadness that he, too, thought about ending it all and even tried several times, but failed.
I was going through things because my father shot himself, and then the next year my mom had died from cancer or whatever, or a breakup or anything like that.
He finally went to see his minister for help and gave his life to the Lord. Another time, after some time, Ginuwine said that he still has sadness, but that he is able to control it with medicine and by staying close to his faith. On his next album, The Life, which came out in 2001, he wrote the song 2 Reasons I Cry about his parents' deaths. The song still makes him cry.
I've never actually put it on and just listened to the whole thing. Nah, it's always been little pieces and all that kind of stuff. So I've never done that because it's too emotional.
The good news is that his girlfriend at the time rapper Soleil, had their first child together, a daughter. The birth of his daughter was what really pushed Ginuwine to start his healing journey.
They used to go to church all the time. I felt moved to go, the front and just get saved.
The third record he made was the most personal one so far. He put everything he had into it. Some people thought Ginuwine needed Timbaland to make a hit record, but he showed them all wrong this time. The record had the top 5 hit song, Differences, which was about how his girlfriend and their daughter had made his life better.
Differences was bigger as far as charting, but as far as popularity, of course, it's phony, without a doubt.
Ginuwine's 6th studio album, A Man's Thoughts, came out in June 2009. He worked with Timbaland again after 10 years, which was one of the best parts of the project. But soon after it came out, Ginuwine felt forced to talk about how he really felt about Timbaland because Tim didn't show up to a music video shoot.